Hello and welcome to the Park Fem podcast. No. There is
Parked up.
okay.
Right.
Rewind it.
I
hope
hope
you're
go
keeping these
again.
bloopers, genuinely.
Hello and welcome to the Parked Up podcast by Park Fem with me, Alice.
With me, Celeste.
Me, Naomi.
And me, Katie.
And today we have got episode 5 and it is our lovely Celeste's birthday as we are recording this. So happy birthday, you bad bitch. And it's episode 5, our Seb number for our Celeste. So
Yes, we're fighting.
and we have a lot to fucking debrief this week because F1 was back and we were in Singapore.
Yes.
Oh god.
So much has happened.
So
Yeah.
much.
Too much.
Fuck. How do we unravel F1? I guess.
Yeah, where do we even
Where
start?
do we start? Charles Leclerc put it on pole.
So happy.
Red Bull had a malfunction in qualifying where they didn't put enough fuel in Max Verstappen's car when they sent him
What a
out.
Red Bull thing to do.
Not a Red Bull thing
That's
to do at all.
Crazy.
So
He was not a happy bloke.
Oh, he was not.
Oh, he was not happy though.
Because he couldn't put in his full fast lap because he aborted the first one and then had to abort the second or he wouldn't have enough fuel. So he wasn't able to put in like a proper lap, which I do feel bad for him in that sense because, you know, at his pace he would have been on pole for sure.
Definitely.
But it was good to see Charles on pole, even if he did get
Yes.
overtaken in the first lap.
We don't have to discuss that.
No, I have to bring up the one small minor Ferrari inconvenience for every Mercedes inconvenience that we're going to have to discuss.
Please.
Thank you. Please do.
Oh,
Can't
God. An overview of your top 10, for anyone wondering, was Sergio Perez, P1, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo, the two McLarens in P4 and P5, Lance Stroll in P6, ahead of the current world champion Max Verstappen in P7, closely behind him, the cumulative of 11 world championships with Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton, and then Pierre Gasly took it home in P10. The only other drivers to finish the race, Valtteri Bottas in P11, Kevin Magnussen in P12, Mick Schumacher in P13, and George Russell in P14. Never thought I'd be saying that, did I? No. Yeah, horrific.
Mr. Place 5.
No.
I mean, I think it's
Come
funny
on.
how last year, if George finished P14, we'd be
I
like,
know,
yeah,
I know.
come on, George.
We
It's
would be
so
so
Williams.
happy.
This one, we're like, oh, fuck it.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you guys ready for my angry rant that I've been curating in my head all day?
Go for it.
I have made it to George Russell hate talk.
Oh, it's bad,
Me
isn't
too.
it?
It
Me
is
too. It's
so
disgusting.
bad.
Twitter.
It is so bad. Like, I have never seen a driver come under fire for one statement more. And we've had fucking ableist terms used on the fucking radio. And nothing has had this much outbreak. And it's all because it was against Mick Schumacher. And the thing is,
Yeah.
though, I don't... Obviously, everyone's going to have different ways they perspect this. And I'm going to give you here a Norfolk Dialect overview. So,
Let's go.
for anyone who doesn't know, one of the reasons that George Russell's my favourite driver is for the legitimate fact that we are from the same place. Like, we were both born in the same place. Like, he is the most local driver I could ever come by. Like, quite literally so local to the point that he's the 15th of February 98, I'm the 7th of March 98, and we were born in the same fucking hospital. I don't know how much more local you want to get, apart from the fact that, you know, 2 weeks after he was born, I was born in the exact same hospital ward. Okay, so first of all, overview. A lot of people in this area use the word crikey. Don't ask me why. It's very, very, very common in our dialect, in the Norfolk
agree.
dialect, to use the word crikey. You go, someone goes, oh, this happened, go, oh, crikey. Everyone. There is not a single person I've spoken to in this area that has I've not heard heard them use the word crikey. Okay, it's very, very common here. So that's not, oh, George is a posh boy using the word crikey. It's fucking Norfolk dialect, and that is far from posh. you will have heard Martin Brundle use the word crikey before, because the man also lives 10
also
minutes
from
down
the
the
same
road.
place.
Literally, the three of us are accumulated in the same little radius here. So, and a lot of people use the word crikey as kind of like oh my god, wow, oh crikey, oh crikey. It's I say it all the fucking time, I don't care if it gets me weird looks. It's just a thing here. And personally for me, and I don't know whether it's genuinely because the way he said it, a lot of people are saying that like he was being so rude about Mick, he was being so aggressive on that, like, on the radio. I genuinely looked at it like he was like, wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, right.
He literally turned around and said, oh, Mick's really defending for his life out here, crikey.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
to me, like, I get it. If you're not used to, like, say the Norfolk dialect or, like, anything like that, I would understand that people would straight up look at that and go,
Yeah.
no, that's so rude. But, like, if, like, obviously, where I've played sport and stuff like that, and obviously, if I play sport, I play in Norfolk regions because that's where I'm from. Like, some sort of statement similar to that would be made if someone did something, but it's genuinely endearment, like, in the sense that, like, oh my god, like, they've done, like, wow, they've done something really good, crikey.
Because he's doing well.
It's just... And everyone's, like, blowing it out of proportion. Like, he's been so rude to Mick. He was the one that turned in on Mick. He won't accept his mistake, rah, rah, rah. Watching the overboard, Mick had, obviously, technically, by FIA regulations here, Mick had space because there was a car width to the side of him.
Yeah.
George definitely should not have turned in on him, as he did. He ruined both of their races, but then again, I also don't think that Mick Schumacher would have made it to the point anyway, even if he didn't have the collision. The Haas was proving to struggle quite a bit around Singapore, and obviously the collision didn't help. Made George and Mick became the only two drivers that were over, like that were lapped.
Yeah.
And obviously the collisions didn't help. George had an absolute dreadful race from start to finish. Dreadful weekend. The car braking and qualifying, and well, I say the car braking. There was no brakes. And then having no grip in the race, being the one to take the gamble to go onto the slicks first, probably definitely slightly too early, but there was proof that the car had pace to do well. There was just so many issues in the race, collisions, running off, running wide. It was just, Singapore was a mess, and I'm not appreciating being on George Russell hate talk. I understand the man should not have turned in on Mick, okay? And I'm pretty sure once he watched that back, he was probably like, oh yeah, I did turn in on Mick, thought I left him enough room. But none of us know what the fuck goes on behind the scenes. None of us know if he went up after and went, look, Mick, mate, sorry about that. And Mick probably went, that's all right, brother. Because firsthand, if Mick Schumacher saw the way you guys were speaking about George Russell on the internet,
he would be angry.
Holy fuck. And, I love Mick. I follow Mick through his feeder series. I always supported Mick in his feeder series. He was one of my favourites. And obviously, I've loved George all the way through his feeder series. I've loved both of them. It genuinely was a racing incident. George could have left him more room. It's just, people blow shit too far out of proportion.
Yeah.
I think in general people shouldn't be so harsh on drivers what they say over the board radio, because I think people forget that they're driving with insane speeds. They're focusing on the race. They're so in the moment, and sometimes you say things that come out a different way than you mean them. I don't think George said anything wrong here, so I don't even get why he's getting the hate. But just in general, I think people should realize that these people are driving, I don't even know how many kilometers an hour, and being so focused. And Sebastian Vettel once said, like, imagine putting a microphone on a football player's mouth. Do you think what they say during the match is nice? So it's just a thing in the sport, and sometimes you say things, but people blow it up so much.
I've had the conversation with sort of like my dad before, and he said sort of fans nowadays wouldn't be able to cope with past rivalries. But obviously this isn't a rivalry, but Senna and Prost,
Oh,
that whole Hunt and Lauda, if that was nowadays,
don't even get
oh
me
my
started.
god, yeah, they wouldn't be able to cope because it was so much worse
It was so much
then.
worse.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like,
I think that's like something that I've been like finding recently, and it's something that like for me, for my own enjoyment, I haven't been involving myself in like the fandom side of
I
it
am removing
'cause-
myself from it after
because
this
it's
shit show.
not enjoyable, and like it's a shame, but like, you know, I love the sport. I went into Singapore being like, oh my god, I've actually missed F1 so much. It's been 3 weeks and I've missed it.
Mhm.
But after I'm a bit, you know, and I love Mick. Mick, you know, Mick is in my top 3 favorite drivers on the grid. So, and George is, you know, also in the top 3. So it's like they're both my boys.
Mhm.
So then seeing it from both sides, you're seeing people say like, oh, you know, Mick's shit. He doesn't deserve a seat anyway. Like he's blah blah blah. Who cares? Don't like he's shit. He's only there because of his name. Blah blah blah. And then you have people saying, "Oh, George, you know, he clearly isn't a side-by-side racer. You can tell he's shit. Like he doesn't deserve the Merc sheet, like seat. No
Mhm.
wonder like he should be back in the Williams. Blah blah blah." And it's just like it's silly. Like I just think I personally I don't know how you enjoy watching a sport when all you can do is like say that. Like obviously
Yeah.
criticizing the sport is different. Like say like criticizing like a sporting decision is like different, but like
5-second
just
time penalty. Carry on.
yeah, and you know exactly, and you see things like that, and it's just like, as we said last week, which was our like little slogan for the week, is inconsistency is key.
FIA.
You know,
Thank you.
people praise people like Lando and Lewis for talking about their mental health, and as they should, because it's so right. But then they carry on going into drivers, and it's like, oh, for God's sake.
George
And
is definitely one of the most over-hated drivers in F1.
I so agree.
And I actually, like, I understand.
I don't know where it
okay?
even came from.
I understand that the way he presents himself in media is very posh.
But it's
And to
not
be
what
fair,
he's really like.
If you go back to his karting videos, like from his karting interviews, and you heard what he sounded like, you'd understand why he sounds like the way he does now.
It was very difficult. It was a 2-race meeting over 2 rounds, so we had to get as good as results as we could, which was very vital, and we did. We had the first race we won, but then we were very unfortunate. In the race 2, we got hit off on the first corner of the first lap.
Because
Trust me.
when you grow up with a Norfolk accent, the one thing you want is to grow out of the Norfolk accent. They probably put him through shit tons of media training just to get rid of that Norfolk accent. And one of the things last weekend, everyone was saying, oh my god, like George is so underrated, he's such a good driver. And after this weekend, everyone was like, oh my god, he's so overrated. And it's like, I literally saw someone complain that he was an aggressive driver, and someone said that he was a more aggressive driver than Max Verstappen. At the end of the day, right, firsthand, do not agree in the slightest. He is an aggressive driver.
Neither.
But who else are aggressive drivers on the grid? Max Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, and Fernando Alonso. What do they all have in common? World Driver Championships. Because if you're not aggressive, if you play fairy and, oh, sorry, I'll man out your way, you're not going to get anywhere. You are literally not going to get anywhere in the sport. You have to be aggressive. It's going to end in collisions. It always has done for years and years and years. All of the best drivers were aggressive drivers. God, look at fucking Michael Schumacher. Okay?
Oh man.
Look at Michael
He
Schumacher.
was something else.
7-time world champion, one of the most aggressive drivers on the track.
Aggressive,
And
selfish,
he left an imprint on that sport forever. Lewis Hamilton back in his day, and even especially last year, so aggressive because you have to be, because you are fighting for something that you want. Mixed defending this weekend was so aggressive. Why? Because you need to be aggressive to get somewhere. You're on track, you're fighting, you need to be aggressive. And if you're not aggressive, like, what the fuck are you meant to do?
I'll put a note on it that there's also a difference to be said between being aggressive and being dangerous,
Yeah.
Oh,
which
definitely,
very much
100%.
I think leads into the whole situation of one of the safety car restarts. I'm not sure what one it was after, but the whole Max and Lando
Oh,
and
damn.
how dangerous that is. Like that
Really
was
was.
just ridiculous. Like I
Yeah.
understand sort of trying to get a head start and that lot, but the speed that he came up behind Lando Norris, it was so dangerous. Like it would have been awful for Lando, but I think Max would have probably come off worse going into the back of him because of the
Yeah.
speed difference. But yeah, so like you can drive aggressively, but you don't need to be dangerous
You
with
can
it.
also drive dangerously, and there's
Yeah.
a big difference.
However-
there is a
Yeah.
big difference.
One thing I do have to say is Lando definitely should not have brake checked him,
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
because that was definitely just as aggressive, just as dangerous as
yeah.
Speeding up is brake checking.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both that made that situation so,
Yeah.
like,
That could have
Whoa.
ended horrifically.
definitely.
But if we keep
And
on
then you
the-
have the other safety car.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we keep on the topic of safety cars, Sergio Perez, what the fuck was he doing behind the safety car?
I honestly don't
I still don't know
understand.
how he didn't get like a.
They-
It's Red Bull.
The FIA said that he did it the first time and they gave him a warning. And then he got a penalty for doing it a second time after because they'd given him a warning.
But I don't know why you get a warning from that. Everyone knows not to do that, and he's been
Literally.
racing in F1 long enough.
I'd understand if it
feel
was
like-
someone like we don't have is Yuki Tsunoda the rookie this year?
No, Guan Yu.
No.
Joe Guan Yu.
Guan Yu.
I forgot what year it was. I won't lie to you there. Yeah, like I'd understand if it was Joe Guan Yu and he did it, and it's a
Yeah.
first time offence.
even then-
It's his rookie year, But even then,
You know,
you
And
shouldn't
then
be
he's been in
given a
F2.
warning.
He's done those.
Yeah, you know how it works. You know what the rules are. There shouldn't be any warning
shouldn't be a little-
regarding that rule.
Like, God forbid that was Charles Leclerc behind there. He probably would have got stamped with a 10-second stop and go penalty for doing that.
Literally, I feel like if it was anyone else, like if it was
Yeah.
Lewis, if it was Charles, they would have got at least 10 seconds.
Yeah.
The only person who may not have is Max.
Yeah, Red Bull.
Funny enough,
Red Bull.
what's the main?
What is the
line?
connection? What is the
Yeah.
connection? There's maybe a Red Bull Racing. Every year,
No,
I
I
think
think
the
that's
FIA
ridiculous.
pick and choose who their like team of the year is, like because it's been Mercedes and now it's Red Bull.
Wait.
I wonder what year it's going to be Ferrari.
Wait,
I can't wait.
What? What?
do we not remember who is driver steward for this race? I didn't even think about
Oh
that.
yeah,
when we were
no, I
talking about
remember
it.
the stewards. I remember.
Alice,
That's why I'm
remember?
not surprised.
Alice, remember you
Didn't look.
messaged and was like, "Oh my god."
I wasn't me that messaged.
No, I don't think Alice saw
So
it.
Derek Warwick was the driver steward for this race. Funnily
Do you
enough,
remember what
that
other
driver,
race?
he also did Abu Dhabi 21.
Yeah.
Well.
So that's very interesting. to
Conspiracy
say the
theory,
least.
October.
Well,
Hold on.
anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I feel like we need to scroll up the F1
Speed
grid
up.
here a little bit,
Yeah.
and just have a look at 4th, 5th, and 6th, okay, and 8th. I'd like to point out the Aston Martins
yes.
and the McLarens. Okay, how the fuck?
Unreal.
How? Like Daniel Ricciardo had an absolute masterclass of a race.
I love it.
Oh, he was doing so well.
Like, he did incredibly. He fought his way up and he retained 5th and took home a shit ton of points. Lance
Yes.
Stroll, so cozy in behind him.
Honestly, Lance did so well. I'm so happy.
Can I just say though that what you call it, P4 and P5 for McLaren has now put them back up to P4 in
Oh.
the constructors' championships.
That's
Yeah.
so
So-
good. That amazing strategy.
I'm
with the
I'm
slip
so
coming
happy
in.
Yeah.
about it because Dan, I think Daniel especially, obviously Lando did too, but they really needed that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
really,
definitely.
really
Yeah.
needed that, and
Mhm.
you can see interviews after, and they're just giggling. Like,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they
they
did a
lost
nice
it.
watch interview, the two of them, and it
yeah,
was
with
Yeah.
Laura, with
Yeah.
Laura, and she's
yeah,
just
with
like,
Laura,
can
she was
we get
yeah.
to the point?
It's like, yeah, when she was like, I really regret doing that with not just one but both drivers. That was
Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
McLaren drivers, yeah.
Yeah.
But as we fade out of F1 and say goodbye to Singapore, we are sticking in Asia and we are heading to Japan this weekend.
Oh, finally, we're
6
going
a.m.
back.
race starts.
Early starts.
Yeah. And I feel like the best way to segue into Suzuka this weekend is a nice little quiz I put on for you guys. It's about Suzuka. Well,
Yes.
actually, it's about the Japanese Grand Prix.
Fun
Oh,
fact,
we
though,
love a quiz.
I've again never witnessed it live.
The Japanese
Really poor.
Grand Prix. I'm getting up
Okay.
my notepad so I can keep notes on.
I'll enjoy a really close up. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so this week I was saying to Celeste and Katie before Naomi joined that
Wow.
it's 6 questions this time and then a bonus question because I was arguing between questions that I wanted. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be difficult or if it's going to be easy. Celeste said she hates statistics, so I've tried to stick with facts.
Oh, fuck.
You hate statistics,
Oh,
so I
okay.
tried to stick
Oh,
with
no,
facts.
okay, good. I thought you were going to say so. I put a lot of statistics in.
No, there's actually one, maybe.
Oh, okay. I should be fine, but I don't want to get ahead of myself.
There are opportunities for bonus points. I've got my
Ooh,
stopwatch
yeah.
ready. Welcome to the Suzuka. No, I need to say that.
Welcome to watchmojo.com.
Welcome to the Japanese Grand Prix quiz. You'll find out
Let's
why
go.
I'm needing to make sure I call it that. Ha! Question. Is everyone ready? By the way,
I'm ready.
question number 1. The Japanese Grand Prix is currently held at the Suzuka circuit, but we used to race at a different circuit in Japan. Which circuit was this?
Yes.
Ooh.
And I
been
need to get
kind.
my little stopwatch ready. This is why I need to call it the Japanese Grand Prix quiz, because they're not all about Suzuka.
You're such a kind person.
10 seconds gone. Hit me with it, bitches.
Fuji.
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 Can anyone give me? Can anyone give me
Fuji.
the full name?
Fuji Speedway.
International
Fuji Moto
Speedway.
Speedway.
Yeah, Fuji Speedway. Everyone gets a point. Everyone
Nice.
gets a point.
Do I get a bonus point for my Fuji
No.
Moto Speedway?
Okay,
Well done.
so this one you can get a bonus point for.
Ooh,
Okay.
I love bonus points.
So, which driver is the... Okay, listen to the question carefully. Okay?
Okay, alright.
That's
Yeah.
hard.
Because I've had to write a fact next to it in case I get arguments caused at me. Because you didn't listen to the question correctly. Which driver is the most successful driver at Suzuka in terms of wins? And you get a bonus point if you can name how many wins they've got. Starting the
Okay.
timer.
I'm not gonna lie, I gathered that it was gonna be about the Japanese Grand Prix, so I did some research. So I'm actually on top of it.
Oh,
I actually know
for
what
fuck's
the
sake.
Grand Prix is.
Mm,
I'm so proud of myself.
I don't know if I agree with this, but alright.
Okay.
So.
Okay,
Well, I think
so
I am.
which driver is the most successful at Suzuka in terms of wins? I cannot read that.
It says Michael and it has a 6 next to it.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
I
was
don't know.
six.
I guess.
It was in
But
fact Michael with 6.
I'm heartbroken. I can't believe you've done this, Katie.
I'm
She just came well prepared.
I'm not gonna read
Can
out
I say the other one? Can I
What?
say the other one? That
No.
He's tied. Oh,
what. Wait, no, say it because I don't know what it is.
if people get confused, people thought that it was Hamilton.
Yeah.
Because he
He's-
didn't win at Suzuka.
I was gonna say he's
Six
never
times.
won at.
No, he
He
won
has 5 wins at Suzuka.
5 at
Yeah, yeah,
Suzuka,
no.
1 at Fuji.
One at Fuji, yeah.
Yeah, right.
I
Okay.
did my research.
Okay.
I love this Katie. She's so confident.
Okay, so that's 2 for Celeste, 2 for Katie. Naomi is slacking.
Naomi's
Okay.
not happy about this.
I'm gonna crash and burn now. I'm gonna crash and burn. I know.
The first ever Japanese Grand Prix was held in Suzuka. No, hang on. The first ever Japanese Grand Prix that was held in Suzuka was in 1987. A crash
Right.
in qualifying meant Nigel Mansell was ruled out of the race for the next day. I've lost the question. Hang on. Right, let me restart. I lost the question for a second. The first ever Japanese Grand Prix that was held in Suzuka was in 1987. A crash in qualifying meant
Yeah.
Nigel Mansell was ruled out of the race and gifted the championship to which of his rivals?
Oh, fuck knows. See, I told you.
Wait, can you repeat that? I'm so sorry.
The first ever Japanese Grand Prix that was held in Suzuka was in 1987. A crash in qualifying meant Nigel Mansell was ruled out of the race and gifted the championship to which of his rivals? Timer is on. See, I gave you the year and everything, so if you know who won the 1987
Yeah, but look, I'm
Grand
not
Prix.
Sebastian Vettel. I do not know all the years and all the
10
championships.
seconds is up.
I don't know.
This is one I surprisingly knew because I knew who won the championship this year.
I'm not even gonna ask why.
I don't know. I
I've
put
watched the
Frost.
video of Sebastian Vettel saying them so much over and over again they're registered in my
Right,
head.
okay, yeah.
Okay. What have you got?
I put Prost. I don't know.
I'm
Prost.
going with PK.
Nigel. Wait. Yep. Nelson Piquet. I don't know why I called him Nigel. It was Nelson
Is it
Piquet.
PK?
Nelson Piquet.
Oh,
No, I hate that man.
Yes.
I just refuse to say his name.
That's why I made sure I put it in.
I was just thinking about years and Nigel Mansell and all that. He could be in a season, I guess.
Okay. Question number 4. Schumacher won every Japanese Grand Prix between 2000 and 2004 except for in 2003. Which driver denied the German from 5 consecutive wins? So Schumacher won 2000, 2001, 2002. Someone won in
Yeah.
2003 and then he won in 2004. So which driver denied him of his 5 consecutive wins?
2003.
Ooh. I'm gonna pick out around.
The
I've got
time
kind of
is
a-
I
on.
like this surname. This is my favorite. I think I won a point on this surname because I said it was a nice one.
I don't know how to.
Ba-da-da-da-da. 10 seconds are up, you bitches.
I've definitely spelled his name wrong.
Coulthard, question mark.
I got Kimmy.
Oh, sorry. I put Barrichello.
Rubens Barrichello.
Oh, GG. Nice one, Katie. Nice one.
I like the surname. I really like the surname.
It's a
So
brilliant,
if it's a
isn't it?
Grand Prix that I don't know,
I
I'm
like
like,
it.
Barrichello.
Very killer, very killer.
Rubens Barrichello.
Rubens.
Okay. Well, I know Katie's gonna get this one fucking right because she's done her fucking research, wee bitch.
Uh-oh.
Since 1987, we've been racing at Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix for every year except for 2 years where we headed to Fuji. Which 2
Oh,
years did we
right.
attend Fuji? And you can have bonus points for the 2 drivers that won as well in the years, which I just nearly said.
No, I haven't.
Which years
I
did
didn't
we?
do this in my research.
Yeah, so since 1987, we've been racing at Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix, except for 2 years where we headed to Fuji. Which 2 years did we attend Fuji? Bonus points for the 2 drivers. So as long as you get a point for each year, and then you get
I
an extra
think I
2
only know
points
1 year.
if you know the drivers.
No clue.
Well, if you know 1 year, then you know the other year.
Yeah, that's why I've got it.
Oh. Wait.
Nah, did not include this in my research.
Neither.
Okay, 10 seconds
guess.
are up.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. Wait. No, okay, ignore me.
I got 2007. But I don't know the other. Oh, 6.
Make an
I only got
educated
7.
guess. Make an educated guess, Celeste. 2007
What?
and what?
I'll go with Naomi, then I say 6.
I went the other way. I said 2007 and 8.
2007 and 8 it is.
You could have
Yeah.
never trusted me.
And
Thanks,
Did no one-
Naomi.
did no one-
Cheers for that.
did no one try and guess the drivers? Oh, Fernando and Philippe.
Lewis.
Felipe.
I don't know. Lewis and
Uh,
someone else.
Lewis and Felipe Massa. I don't know.
Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso. And
Oh,
if you guys had remembered the previous conversation where Katie said, Oh, by the way, guys, did you know Lewis Hamilton won in Fuji? That's why he doesn't have 6 wins at
True.
Suzuka. And I said,
That's why I knew it was
we've been
Lewis.
racing there since 1987, and Lewis was not racing in F1 before 1987.
Right.
Hang
Well
on.
then.
1
So
year, 1
Celeste
driver.
got 1 year, 1
1
driver.
year, 1 driver.
Naomi got 1
I
year,
also
1
got 1 year,
driver,
1
and
year.
Katie got
1 year, 1 driver.
2 years.
No,
1
you got
driver.
2 years.
Oh, sorry, yes,
She's a
2
7 and 8.
Katie
2 years,
Foreman
1 driver.
is currently in the lead here.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Jeez, that's
I'm
amazing.
sorry, I did
You did
so
actually- no, you did
fucking
well.
bad last week. Last
Yeah,
week
yeah.
I didn't score points until I think like the 4th question. This week
Yeah.
I was like, what's it gonna be?
Yeah, but
I
we
was
still
like,
drew. We all still drew
Yeah,
last week.
true.
I know, but I don't understand how I
Okay.
that back.
So the final
Alright.
question, you can get 5 points for. It's 1 point and then 4 bonus points if you want to go for the bonus points. If you're Naomi, you probably would want to go for the bonus points. How many of the drivers on the 2022 grid have won in Suzuka? And you can have bonus points for the drivers.
1.
1.
1.
1.
Alright.
Now I'm double
What
checking
grid, sorry?
the 2022
One.
grid.
2 grid.
Alright. 4 you said, right? Or 5?
What?
Did you say 4 drivers or 5 drivers?
I didn't give you a number because the answer is the number.
Oh, I thought you meant... Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I said, how many of the drivers on the 2022 grid have won in Suzuka? And
Right.
you can have a bonus point for the drivers. I know I'm just double checking that I've...
Yeah, but you said we could get 1 point and 4 bonus points. so
Yeah, the
that's-
bonus points are the drivers.
Yeah, so it's 4 drivers, isn't it? If
You
there's
just
4
said 4
bonus
points.
points.
4 bonus points.
So it's 1 point for the...
Fuck!
I knew I heard it somewhere. Right, the answer is 4.
It might be. The answer might be 4.
Oh. I
Oh.
was like, I
Alice.
knew I heard a 4 or 5 somewhere, but why did I...
Literally, no, I thought the same. I was thinking for 4 drivers. I was like, why am I thinking of 4
Why
drivers?
am I looking for 4? Yeah.
And I was
Why
like,
did I tell you the bonus points? Fuck! Well, you'll get a point for, you know.
Well, I still know all 4 of them, I think, so...
Okay,
confident.
is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Go on,
Yes.
Celeste. Reel it off then.
I got Sebastian Vettel.
Mhm,
Mm-hmm.
I got Lewis Hamilton.
mhm,
Fernando Alonso.
mhm.
And Valtteri Bottas.
Correct, Amando. That
Oh, I
is
didn't
a 4.
put
I put
Yes.
Daniel.
1, 2, 3, 4. So did you two only get 3 of them then?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
put Daniel.
Who did you put, Katie?
I didn't put a 4th one down. I wasn't sure. I
3,
couldn't think
4,
if it was.
6, 7,
Well, we
8,
won it
9,
last
10,
time we
11.
were there in 2019.
Sure, Dan hasn't won the Japanese Grand Prix.
Very sure.
I feel like he has.
Celeste and Katie are going into the bonus question on tied points.
Oh god.
So
I'm heartbroken.
there
Okay.
there are
I'm
lots
blaming my illness.
of points up for grabs here.
Uh-oh. I'm scared.
Name as many repeat, highlight repeat, so have won more than once. Okay, winning
All right.
constructors at the Japanese Grand Prix. So name as many.
Constructors.
Yeah.
Constructors.
Name as many repeat winning constructors at the Japanese Grand Prix.
Ooh.
I know
Alright.
2 for a fact because it was in my research.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be dead. So you're not gonna tell us what the actual number is, right? So we just have to hope for the best.
Do you want to
Oh my
know?
God.
Do you want to know how many there are to guess from?
Yeah.
Well, and at least I know how close I am. I know 2 for sure. No, 3 for
Yeah.
no, 4
11.
for sure. 11!
There
I was
are-
at like 6.
There are 11 repeat winning constructors.
1,
Oh yeah,
2,
no,
3,
it's
4,
less having
5,
this.
6.
Yeah, you're having this already.
Okay.
Oh,
You've got
no,
4 of the constructors have 2. 3 have 3. 1 has 4. 1 has 6. 1 has 7, and 1 has 9.
9? Alright. Oh, but wait. Okay, no,
hang
wait.
on. Go through. No,
So-
no, go through those again.
This is Japanese Grand Prix, by the way. This is not just Suzuka. This is Japanese Grand Prix.
Yeah, I only
okay.
know Suzuka, but I think that will get me far enough. So so let's say I have to ask this question without telling my answer. Oh my
It's
god.
alright, I've only got 3 teams.
Alright,
I've
so
got
is
1, 2,
so
3,
if
4,
I
5, 6, 7,
right.
8.
If I say McLaren, do I have to say McLaren Mercedes and McLaren Honda as a separate, or is it just McLaren?
Just McLaren.
Right. Okay.
I got McLaren.
I got
Well,
McLaren.
I'd be
yeah.
concerned if everyone
I
did
got-
get McLaren because McLaren was number 9.
They have 9. That's
They
Right.
do.
insane.
I will tell you the McLarens. Lewis Hamilton in 2007 was the last McLaren.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Kimi Räikkönen in 2005. Mika Hakkinen in 99 and 98. It's not going to tell me any of the other ones because there
Berger
is
won it,
a
and Senna, I think.
blank. Yeah.
I know Ayrton won one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely
There's
Ayrton.
Senna, Hunt,
Oh,
Berger,
yeah.
Senna again. Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay.
Got
So
Alright.
McLaren.
So we both have
Ferrari.
McLaren. Ferrari as well.
Do you have them too as well, Naomi?
Yes.
Yep. Cool. So they're your
I
9.
have-
They're your 9 and your 7.
Yeah.
Mercedes.
Yep.
Mick.
That's
Yeah.
your.
Williams?
That's your 6.
Williams.
Williams is correct.
Williams.
That is one of the ones of the 3.
I have
Alfa
Red Bull.
Romeo.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
Which one? Naomi or me?
Alfa Romeo is incorrect. What did you
Yeah.
say?
Oh, right. I said Red Bull.
Yep. Red Bull 4.
Right. And I have Benetton.
Yep. Correct. 3.
Jordan.
Why I'm
Right.
so good.
Jordan is incorrect. What did you say?
I was gonna say Benetton. Fuck's sake.
I also have Benetton.
Anyone else got anything else?
Lotus,
I-
I don't think they did.
Yep. Lotus have 2.
Oh, GG. What about Renault?
You didn't put it down, did you? Renault have 2.
I didn't put that down, so don't count that, but I just popped in my head.
So McLaren have 9. Ferrari have 7. Mercedes have
Yeah.
6, and Red Bull have 4. And then you have March, Benetton, and Williams on 3. And then you have Lotus, Robum, Nissan, and Renault on 2.
Right, okay.
Katie, it's
So
okay.
how many did each of you get? You all got McLaren,
1,
Ferrari,
2,
Mercedes,
3,
and Red
4,
Bull.
5, 6. I got 6.
I got 6. Ferrari, Benetton, McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes, Williams.
What did you get,
That's what I
Katie?
got.
Or
Oh,
Okay, so that ends.
I would have got 5 if I said Lotus.
oh yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
I should
10,
have said
11.
Renault as well.
Oh,
So in P3, we had Naomi on 13,
Yeah.
which was a great
Jeez.
catch up from where you were at on like 3
I know.
about 4 questions ago. In P2, we have Katie on 15, and P1 is Celeste on 17. I'm going to
Oh.
accumulate
Yeah.
all of your things together at some point.
Good.
oh god, we're not having a drive championship.
I just know I'm gonna do my research every time before we go to like an F1 circuit.
You just know
No.
that if there's an F1 circuit the weekend, it will be surrounded by then, and I'm going to have to up my quizzing, aren't I? Bitches.
I'm sorry, I just did so poorly last week. I was like, yeah,
You did very good this week, though.
You've
pretty
got the
good this
challenge now, Katie.
thank you.
You've upped the challenge.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna. Oh yeah. I got really
Right.
confused because what I read was that McLaren and Ferrari had the same amount of constructors at Suzuka. So that's why I was like, when you was like, oh, only one of them has it on 7, and I was like, that's fucking. Oh, Fuji.
Suzuka, yeah.
Yeah, because it's been
Are we?
Mercedes from 2014 to 2019, Red Bull from 2009 to 2013. Oh, 2009 and 2010, McLaren 2011 with Jenson Button, and 2012-2013 with Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso in 2008 with Renault at Fuji, Lewis Hamilton 2007 with McLaren at Fuji, Fernando Alonso, Renault 2006, Kimi Räikkönen with McLaren 2005, Schumacher 2004 with Ferrari, Rubens Barrichello 2003 with Ferrari, Markle 2000, 2001, 2002 with Ferrari. If we keep on the topic of 4 wheels, I'm telling you now, IMSA is going to go by like this, okay? So I challenged myself to watch my first 10 hour because Celeste keeps telling me that we are going to go watch a 24-hour race. So I
Yes,
need to
we
at
have
least
to
be able to
prepare
power
ours.
through. Yeah, I'm powering through. So my second full endurance race, right? I have a stinking headache. I'd been
That's the
screaming.
part. That's part of it.
I've been streaming all day because me and Katie streamed a little quali watch along, twitch.tv/more Alice, in case I do another. Won't be Suzuka because I'm not going to get up and stream at that time in the fucking morning. And we just continued on streaming playing games while I was watching it. Came off stream, continued watching it, and it hit midnight and my head is still pounding, right? So me and Katie and I were going to bed, coming off call. We literally leave said call and Celeste texts, "Where the fuck are you bitches? I wanted to come join. I've been drinking.
Yeah.
I'm drunk." I've been trying to message her updates about how the Ferrari was doing. And so we rang Celeste and Kelsey joined as well. So there was me, Kelsey, Katie and Celeste all chatting away. Katie went to bed, right? The one job was to keep me and Celeste awake. I woke up with my phone laid next to me and was like, I've just missed the last 2 hours.
Yeah.
The most important hours I
Literally.
slept through.
Yeah,
And
I woke up
That's
with my
part of
laptop
endurance.
still on.
It's part of endurance, though.
I never miss it though. I've never
No,
in my
that's-
life
no
missed
way.
the last hours of endurance. I've
Really?
never ever. No, ever.
I missed the last hour.
But the thing with IMSA is that there's such a big time difference. So now for me, the race finished at 4 a.m. in the night. And normally that's not that big of an issue. But I was, like Alice said, I was drinking. So I was kind of drunk. And when you're drunk, you're just knock out and you fall asleep. So it was even harder to keep myself awake. And then it just,
Yeah, with endurance races, especially getting ill. I seem to always get ill on the week of important endurance races for me. Le Mans this year I got ill. Spa I wasn't ill, we just weren't there. I was a bit busy. But even last year I got ill on Le Mans and Spa. I was like, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And once again, I am ill. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy I didn't see the end because Ferrari actually won the race and then got a penalty and I dropped back to like literally last place. So
I
kind of happy I didn't have to see that.
I was sad
I
that
only
I missed
found-
the end of it. I was kind of
Yeah,
like,
it
I was
was
like
sad.
so looking forward to just watching the end. And
Especially after being so in it
Yeah.
for like
yeah,
for
I'd
8
committed.
hours.
Yeah, I'd literally committed to 8 hours. I was like, I can do the last
Yeah.
2, and I fell asleep.
Oh, horrible.
And-
I literally only found out this morning because I literally I fell asleep and I found out this morning that the 2 Cadillacs crashed into each other.
Mega crash.
How did one of
And I
them
was
still
like,
finish
Have you
third?
seen it?
Hey,
How did one of them still finish third? Third.
was it the O2 or the O1?
Whatever one Jimmy Johnson was in.
That
Hang on.
oh,
Johnson.
I meant to say the chips, like the chip ganassies.
You should specify this to
I
start,
should.
and you should treat me like I have no clue what's going on because I don't have a clue what's
You don't.
going on.
So it was Il Bamba and
Look, I've got the full thing up here. I've got the results.
go
up.
on, Queen. Go on, Queen.
Go on, tell us. Who was it?
It took a lot of fucking searching for this, okay? When I
Go
tell
on.
you, trying to find IMSA results is one hand the
I
most
know.
painful
It's on the
experience
IMSA
ever.
website.
Yeah, that's so difficult to read, okay? There are too
is.
many classes for my mental capacity, okay?
So,
There are 5, okay? 5 too
Fine.
many.
Just okay.
So,
Alright.
It's also too many for the traffic.
Oh, have you seen the traffic at Atlanta? It's not made for.
It's honestly, that's something that I could rant about forever. Is IMSA traffic, and it's
it's
it would be fine if there were no LMP3s. LMP3s
Yeah.
are the bane of my
LMP3s
existence. I hate
go
them.
away
They shouldn't
anyways.
exist.
Yeah, LMP3 needs to piss off, honestly.
I hate them. I hate
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
so do you want me to bypass the LMP3 results?
Yes.
Well, I'm not going to, bitch.
Irrelevant.
Okay, are we ready for a new
Ready.
portion of the podcast of Alice can't fucking pronounce names?
Go for it.
Yeah,
We
we
love
want.
that.
DPI P3.
That was good.
Thank you. It is just 3 letters side by side. DPI.
You could have called it DP.
True.
You're dippy. DPI P3 Ali Cadillac with Mike Rockenfeller.
You can do it.
Kamui Kobayashi.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's Kamui.
Fuck!
Oh, there we go. First
That
one.
one's
off.
not hard. That one's not hard. Kamui
Ah!
literally raced an F1.
Mike Rockefeller. Kamui
Kamui.
Kobayashi. And
Yeah.
Naomi's favourite, Jimmy Johnson.
Pick up Jimmy Johnson.
I don't...
Alice's favourite.
That-
say
Cowboy.
Celeste.
That is Celeste up above you. Celeste is above you.
Christ.
In P2, we had Welland Engineering Racing.
Yeah,
I was waiting to see if I was going to get a correction there. With Olivier Pla.
Olivia Pla.
Nice. Pippo Durrani.
Hugo Durrani.
And Mike Conway.
Yeah.
And then
Big
P1, the series champions. Maya Shank Racing with Oliver Jarvis, Tom Blomqvist, and Helio
baby.
Castroneves.
Oh, come on.
Nevers.
Helio Castroneves.
Helio.
Thank you for that.
Big gang.
They took series champions. I'm assuming that
baby.
means they were like first out of all the
Yes.
classes.
Do you know what a championship is? That is what that means.
Well, okay, look, there are all
Well-
different classes. I'm assuming series champions means that like the champions of champions, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, good, bitch. Anyway, LMP2, LMP2, in P3,
Right.
PR1, Matthiasen Motorsports? Question mark? Is that correct, Celeste?
Yeah, well,
Close
Sort of.
enough. Okay, with Stephen
Close
Thomas, Josh Pearson, and Tristan Nunez. Got all of them correct. Bang on the money. That was car number 11 because I put car number 11 because apparently they have two cars? Question mark.
Yes.
Did you have two cars?
Nice.
That was car 11, yes.
P2. P2. P2 the boys.
One of my favorite teams.
Dragon
Oh,
Speed USA with Hendrik Hedman, Juan Pablo Montoya, and Sebastian Montoya.
Amazing. I love
I
that.
love the Montoyas.
Yes.
Now this one, I'm gonna butcher.
Oh.
I'm gonna butcher. So, don't.
Oh.
They
Oh.
won team and drivers championships? Question mark.
Yes.
Nice, solid. Okay. Tower Motorsport. Hang on.
Number 8.
I'm just looking at the last name and preparing myself for the tragedy that's about to hit me.
The first name is not much easier.
John Ferrano.
That's good.
Yep.
You got that one. Go on. No, go on.
No, this one I know I can get right. I've watched enough F2 to get this one right. Louis
No,
Delatroy.
I
And
was waiting for this one.
Rua Pinto de Andrade. Question mark.
So it's
I think
Rui
it's Andrade.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
and on Andre. That's what I have on Andre in my head, but I'm not looking at the name, so I may be wrong.
Rui.
Well-
R-U-I.
Yeah, Rui. That's what I've always.
I can go back to John. He had an easy name. John Ferrano.
Sure.
That was the easiest name there. John Ferrano.
Right, yeah.
Going into Naomi's favourite category of LMP3.
Do we really have to?
In P3,
Sorry, I mean, go on.
Sean Creech Motorsports. Joe? Is it Joe?
I do not take notice of LMV3. I literally
To be
been
fair,
done.
I
Joe
I'm
Barbosa,
myself.
Malthy Jacobson, and Nico Pino.
Okay.
P2,
Sounds
That's
about
one.
right.
That sounds like a nice one.
Nico Pino.
Sounds like a
Shit.
cocktail.
P2, I'm assuming it's Junior 3 racing. Ari
Trinidad.
Below, and Garrett Grisette, and Nolan Sigel. And then P1 Andretti Autosport with Jaron. Have I spelled his name wrong? Jaronet? Have I actually put an N in it?
Jarrett.
Jarrett. I've actually put
Jarrett.
an N in it when I was typing.
No,
Jared.
it's Jared.
Jaronet. Jarrett Andretti, Gabby Chavez, and Josh Burden.
Well done.
Nice.
See, aren't I good? GTD. Sorry, Celeste, we have to get to this.
No, this is fine. The GTD is fine.
What about the
It's
GTD
not too
Pro?
bad. Yeah, no, we're not doing. Well, we can do the championship of the pros.
Okay, GTD in P3 Turner Motorsport with Robbie Foley, Bill Aubelen, and Michael Dinnan? Question mark. P2
Nice, yes.
Inception Racing with what as Brendan Aribe, Jordan Pepper, and Sebastian Pirillo.
Pirello, I think.
Close enough.
Did you say Pirelli?
Pirelli. Sebastian Pirelli. Yes, that's his new name. That's his new name.
And P1
Jesus
Gradient Racing, Kiffin Simpson, Till Bechtelschimmer, and Mario Fran Boucher.
From Bachelor.
I'm concerned. Are you okay?
No.
Bless you.
And GTD
Yeah, bless you.
GTD Pro in P3. Is it Pafaf? Pafaf
Yes, it is
Motorsports.
Paf.
Matt Campbell, Matto Jimenez, and Felipe Nassar.
Bloody portion.
Sit, Mrs.
Porsche! Let's go,
Porsche.
Porsche! Let's go! Let's go, Porsche! Let's go!
I'm not watching Whack with you.
P2 BMW M Team RLL with Connor De Filippi, John Edwards, and Jesse Crone. And their P1 Vasusilivin with Jack Hawkshaw, Ben Barnacote, and Carl Kirkwood. They were car 25
Right,
and
the
car
championship.
14.
Who won the championship in the pros?
Didn't write it
Can
down,
we have
babe.
that?
I didn't write it down, babe.
What do you mean you didn't?
I made note of the two important champions, and that was Meyershank Racing, the series champions, and Tower Motorsport,
Tommy
the
B
team that
and-
drives
Okay.
champions.
So the champions for the IMSA GTD Pro are Daniel Serra, who is absolutely beautiful, Davide Region, who is also an absolute cannon on track, and the main rocket. You will see him in WEC, you will see him in that Ferrari, James Collado with the Ferrari 488 RC competition. Thank you.
I love James Collado.
Oh, I love James Collado. He's
Oh.
amazing.
The only thing I remember from IMSA was a lot of car crashes, and could I tell you who? No.
Caution,
Why?
caution,
Because
caution.
IMSA haven't uploaded the fucking highlights for me to go back and make notes, because I was whacking through it.
It was a typical caution race where a caution led to a caution and led to another caution. We even had one caution where we had 3 cars spinning off. So for the people, the caution is basically a full course yellow for the people who don't know. And we had 3 cars spinning off under a full course yellow. Like, it was just
in
chaotic.
IMSA, and I remember slightly because I wasn't fully watching, but I saw someone tweeted about it. Was they had a tractor on the pit straight, and 3 cars literally had to avoid it because they almost crashed into the car,
Jesus.
into
was-
the tractor.
so chaotic. And then we had the crash where I don't remember what car it was, who
The
went into
really
the
bad
tire.
one.
Yeah, who went
Yeah.
into the tire roll, which was just his whole front end was gone. You could see his whole engine and stuff, and it was horrible.
Jesus.
A lot of back crashes.
Well, that's the only 4 wheels for the weekend.
That was for
So before we go on to 2 wheels, we have a little guess who.
Oh,
Guess who?
Yeah,
Guess
boy.
who?
We
Na,
love
na, na,
a
na, na,
good
na, na,
question.
na, na, na. Okay. I don't know how easy or difficult this is, okay? I don't. Because I don't know how much you know. So I don't know if it's easy or not. So guess who question.
Well, I'm not beating last time, so I'll just go with whatever I can do.
Okay. Guess who part 1. Part number 1.
Question 1.
Question 1.
Yep.
Well, it's not a question, that's the thing, it's a statement.
That one.
Oh,
Statement
one.
number 1.
That.
Alrighty.
This driver spent 5 years in feeder series. Hang on. This driver spent 5 years in feeder series racing before joining Formula One.
Alright. I'll say. I don't know yet.
That's five
Looking at me.
feeder
I was
series
like,
is
that's
a
not
big
actually happening.
Huh?
feeder series is like a big range of things. Like feeder series could be like anything. So I'm gonna let you carry on.
Well, at least it's someone who is already in F1, so that makes it a
Facts.
bit easier.
Who says
but they
this?
may not
Who
be
says?
there
Yeah, I
anymore.
was gonna say who says they're still in F1.
No, but at least they made it.
Oh yeah,
somehow
yeah.
to
You know
F1,
they
so
made
at
it to
least-
F1.
At least it's not
Yeah, but
some
like it
random
could be
bloke.
someone. Yeah, but it could be someone like James Algasari or something.
Yeah. I'm going just randomly with Pascal Wehrlein. I don't know
I'll
why.
go James Algasari as we're talking about him.
Katie Forward.
I said Max. I don't know.
Back to. In the 5 years, this driver competed in 5 championships/series.
Right. So it's definitely some sort of F4.
So it's someone who's gone through the
All
like
the...
F2 and F3 by one season. So
Yeah.
it's maybe like your George Russells who win in like the rookie
Yeah.
year.
You're like
Or like
Oscar
Charlie.
Piastri
Yeah.
kinda guy.
Anyone got any names before I go on to the next one?
Yeah, we
Oh,
just
I don't
named
yeah.
people.
Okay, sorry. Jesus.
I don't know.
This driver started karting at the age of 10.
Ooh,
Oh, that's pretty late.
Oh,
It's
I
like-
don't know.
we've done Nick already.
Who
So it's
started
not Nick.
karting late? There are some drivers on the grid who started karting late. Oh,
Yeah.
who was it? Oh. Not sure.
Not sure.
I know there's some, but I just don't.
I'm just so proud we've made it. I'm so proud.
Because he didn't specify. He didn't specify that it was like 1 championship per year. So I was just thinking if he did like a few, bought his way into that sort of bit, and then did a couple.
Yeah, it could be as well.
I just feel like he strikes me as the type of person that went into everything really late. Do you get what I mean? Like he just seems.
No, it's not. No.
Not
It's not
this
who I
again.
thought it
Last
was.
week.
Not this
I'll do it
again.
It's not who I thought it was. I used my brain, so don't worry.
Who did you think it was for a second?
For 1 second, I thought you were going to say Mazepin because I completely forget his existence. And then I
Sorry,
remembered
who's
he was
that?
in. And then I remembered he was in F2 for so long.
Okay.
All right.
This driver's highest ever Formula One finish is P4.
Oh,
Ooh,
never mind. It's not Latifi.
I know. Ooh,
Ooh, P4.
ooh.
Do you know, Naomi? You have to.
I
you have
could.
to
But
say
I'm
it
not
out loud.
I was thinking maybe Yuki.
Oh, that's a good one, actually.
Sipping her drink.
She's sipping.
That's because I need to lubricate my mouth quite often.
Yeah. Sure. Alright.
Wow, I can't believe you just said that word.
Yuki is a good shout.
Yeah. Fair.
It really is.
Okay. This driver adopted their race number from a Formula One champion.
It's Yuki. Well done.
And then the last one is my favourite fact, which I found out, was quite a thingy. This driver signed a renewal for his Formula One contract on the 22nd of the 9th, 22. Ironic
Oh,
to
really?
his race number being 22.
22. Ooh, big up Yuki.
Big up you,
Big up
Tsunoda.
Big
Yuki.
up Naomi. Big up Naomi, yeah.
Okay, so I thought it was only, since we're heading off to Suzuka, Yuki Tsunoda gets to go to his home race, so it was only fair
I'm
that
so
we
excited.
did a little guess who Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah.
Love
Well
it.
done, Naomi.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yuki.
I'm actually really proud of myself for that.
I'm proud of you.
I love
Thank
that.
you.
So, do we take
Right.
the little road? Oh, the glasses are going
The
up.
glasses are
It's
coming off.
serious. We're going
It's serious.
to the
time.
motorbikes.
We're going to 2 wheels.
Thailand. We went to Thailand. It rained a lot. It was
Yes.
literally a typhoon.
Rain
Oh.
season in Thailand. Because
Why do we keep going to everything during typhoon
I
season?
know.
I know, right?
I know. But at least
Stupid.
MotoGP, in my opinion, can organise calendar better than F1.
Not difficult.
No, exactly. If we start with Moto 3, can I just make it clear? I didn't stay up, I'm not gonna lie. So, these are what I've gotten from highlights. So, Moto 3, Sergio Garcia, who is, P2 in the championship right now, really fighting for this championship with his teammate, got taken out on the first lap.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No,
That's
he
not
got.
very nice.
So it was it was like completely by accident, as in like it's not like it was a side-by-side incident. Basically, Adrian Fernandez, who was in front of him, high-sided, and he ended up falling basically on top of Garcia.
Actually, I think I
So
saw a video on Twitter of that. I think I
yeah,
remember I was like, oh.
yeah, it's not nice. Which is really unfortunate for him. He's just had, I don't know whether it's just bad luck. I mean, for a while it was him making stupid decisions, but it's also some bad luck he's getting at the moment. But because of that, Izan Guevara can literally be crowned champion in the next race in Australia.
Oh.
We're going to
Like-
Australia next.
How many
Australia
races?
is next.
How many
There's
races do they have left in the Moto3?
3, I think.
Ooh.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Do
there's not much.
do Moto 3 and Moto 2 go to every MotoGP?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
I love
No.
that.
It means a lot more than like F2 and F3 in that way. It's kind of like exactly the same. That's why when you say, so I'd say Alex Marquez is a 2-time world champion, and you'd be like, he hasn't won a championship in MotoGP, but he's won Moto2 and Moto3
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
because you're
okay,
still
yeah.
classed as a world champion, and it goes towards all your championships.
Is that
I
how
love that.
is that how Marc Marquez is an 8-time world champion? Oh, is that why it's an 8 ball? Because he's an 8-time world. Oh my god, that makes sense.
That is nice.
Because Valentino Rossi's an 8-time world champion as well, isn't he? But an 8-time MotoGP.
I think he's 9.
Nine.
But are you saying no, or are you saying the number 9?
Number 9.
9.
Number 9. But yeah, because so that's it. Like meaning more in those terms. Mark, I think he won Moto2, but I don't know if that's gone towards. No, it
I
counts as
will
Moto2.
Google Mark.
No, I've got it.
Oh.
I've got it. It's gone towards his Moto2 and Moto3
Still
as well.
googling Marc
'cause
Marquez
he
because
won
he's gorgeous.
MotoGP.
I might go to it as well.
He's won MotoGP 6 times, so pretty good. Love that man. I will bring up him at any chance, even when talking about Moto3. But yeah, so it's quite early for Guevara to be that's kind of been happening in the last couple of years. Is that one young child goes and dominates the whole season and then is able to win quite early. We saw it happen with Pedro Acosta, Ricky Rossi, which will make no sense to you guys. Ricardo Rossi.
Are so like early 2000s, baby. It actually hurts me. Like everybody put a heart up to the screen right now. Yeah, exactly.
Only
Thank you.
recently.
Thank you.
Recently. I
Point
would
proven.
usually do that.
Point proven.
I do.
Yeah.
Was it?
The only reason I learned that is because Seth does it everywhere he goes now.
No, they did it in
Yeah.
MotoGP.
Seth was so proud of herself. She was like,
I was just struggling. Oh yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
You've got your thumbnail there. Wait,
Where
no,
does it
we'll do
go?
this because Japanese Grand Prix. Do that.
Oh yeah, I see. I've saw. Yeah,
Yeah, like that.
I love Daphne. Big up Daphne. If you haven't seen her on the Aston Martin, but big up Daphne.
It's so cute.
yeah.
Anyway,
She's lovely.
Ricardo Rossi. Yeah, it's his second podium in Moto2. Sorry. It's really nice. Because he deserves it. He gets a bit of like bad luck, but yeah, he does absolutely deserve it. It's Ayumu Sasaki's 3rd podium in a row, which I'm so glad he's actually getting that consistency. Because if you don't remember, he's just had an awful year. To be honest, I think if he didn't have the crashes he's had and his injuries, that he would be fighting for this title. And it's very sad that he isn't.
How close
Foggia.
are the championships to being like wrapped up in Moto 3 and Moto 2?
Moto 3 is the only one that's like by a bit.
Like-
Moto 2, the gap in Moto 2 is 1.5 points.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, it's stressful. Luckily, I don't have like allegiance to either side, so I'm just like enjoying that one.
Sorry.
You're
I
right
said
there, Anne.
Alice a photo of Mark Marquez.
It's reasonable. It's reasonable.
Oh,
Hang
God.
on, hang on.
Oh, damn.
Half done up
I love
racing.
Mark.
Oh, damn.
Mark is brilliant.
Hello, Christian Horner. Didn't know you were here.
Get out.
Shut up, my front door just went.
Get out. I'm a Toto. I love Toto Wolf, not you. You're my least favourite Christian.
But yeah, and Foggio won from 1.5 seconds, which is quite good in a wet race. But the gap from like the first two groups, no, the gap from the first group to
Sorry, mummy.
oh, don't start. Yeah, the gap was like quite big from that I remember me reading.
You read.
Izan Guevara. Oh, I do, funnily enough. Izan Guevara finished P5, so it wasn't like a bad race for him, luckily. He managed to, even though his title contender like went out, he still managed to put in a good race. Not winning like he usually does, but it's still a really good one, considering he is still a rookie in these tracks. He's not the best wet weather rider, just because he's Spanish. And yes, the other extra points that I said was Scott Ogden got his points. He got P15, which is really good. I'm very happy.
Go,
Nice.
Scott.
Yeah, we got to support Scotty. And double points for CF Moto Prustel, which was really nice. They definitely deserve that. And Dennis Ontu didn't get any points because he's still struggling with his injury. You remember that lovely injury from last week, guys?
No, don't even get me started about that.
Wonderful.
Mm.
He is still struggling with that a bit.
Well, yeah, he did rip off part of his finger.
No,
So-
I would still struggle with that. Freak out.
He's still got luckily like a week or two to like recover now, like for Australia. But yeah, he definitely struggled. So the DNFs in that race were Adrian Fernandez, Kaito Toba, John McPhee, Tatsuki Suzuki, and Sergio Garcia.
Wait, say that again.
Suzuki.
Suzuki.
I
Oh my
love
God.
that. I think I'm supporting him.
He's
Same.
brilliant. I love
Same.
Tatsu.
I
Tatsu's
Oh.
great.
I
love
want to support him.
like
Yeah, so his name is Tatsuki Suzuki.
Tatsuki Suzuki.
His nickname is Tatsu.
Tatsu.
I
Alright.
love that.
Brilliant. Huh?
I love that.
I know. Yeah, he's brilliant. I love
That's really
Tatsu.
love
Moto 2.
that. Moto 2.
Moto 2. So we had a home pole. So we had Somkia Chantra from Thailand on pole in
Oh, that's
Thailand,
Oh, I love
Amazing.
that.
and then he
love
crashed
home
in lap
with
2.
wins and
Oh.
things. Oh. Naomi, not this again. You did this last week.
You have
You
this
made us
thing of
so
like,
excited.
yeah, you have this thing of like trying to like raise our hopes up and then going, haha, fuck you guys.
That's
That
what
is
it
so
does.
rude.
So like this is I am Naomi, and this is her raising the hopes and dreams of me, Celeste, and Katie. They go, haha, oh no, what a shame.
Oh, I dropped it. But yeah, so he had a high side on lap 2. And I'm so sad. He's such like a lovely guy, and I'm so heartbroken that actually happened. So sad.
I have a question because obviously some of the viewers may be learning like we are. A high side is when they flip up
Yeah,
over the
over.
bike.
Yeah, so
Alright.
But if they slide and the
Basically-
bike they go underneath the bike, that's a low side.
yeah,
Or is
so well no.
Oh, that's interesting.
So a high side, you lose the back mostly,
Okay.
and it'll spin around very quickly and go like that most of the time and just
Mhm.
flip you off.
Right.
It's like it's like a rodeo thing, like a
Oh,
rodeo
yeah,
bull,
like a...
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And
makes
then
sense.
no one says low side that often. It's just like
Okay.
dropping the bike,
Okay,
and that's
yeah.
when you
How do you drop the bike if you're not holding it?
momentum.
I wasn't actually looking for an actual answer. I was trying
But
to
I
be
have it.
funny.
But I have it.
I hate
yeah.
nerds.
And it's
You are
basically
a
when
nerd.
you. I am a nerd. It's when you. Or it's called like filling in.
She's going.
For anyone that's not watching, Celeste is fingering the air.
Wait! 1 second. Never mind.
Are you trying to make like 2 hearts at once here? Where you're like,
No, I just
I need to
do
write
what
down
the
something
movie
to
does.
remind. I need to write down something
are
to
you
remind.
putting
me
your
to tell you
middle
something
fingers
awesome.
up or middle fingers down?
I don't know. Oh, right, okay, so middle fingers down, and then what?
Yeah, there you go. Tuck your other fingers in. You just need these two. You just
You
need
do
these
that?
two.
Do that like a hook, and then.
Wait,
That's it.
this is horrible. Takes me at least 5 minutes to get
She
that
turns
done.
she turns 22 and she's forgotten how to act.
Anyway.
Now it's just like
Interesting.
flip the page, carry on.
So due to the results, Iogura is now 1.5 points behind Augusto Fernandez in the championship.
How do you get 0.5?
Red flags.
Oh, okay.
Is it like
Just
an F1
the-
situation where they like, you know,
Which
if they
actually
can't do a
happened this
full
weekend.
race?
Yeah, that's what happened this weekend. So basically, due to the rain, they couldn't finish the race. They had to red flag
Okay.
it. And 2/3 of the race wasn't complete, so it was half points.
Interesting.
Oh, is that why it's 1.5 points between the two? Yeah.
That makes sense.
Makes
now.
sense.
Yeah. So
I love learning
Aaron
things.
Canet finished. I don't know actually, but I didn't write down what place he finished. But he was on the podium anyway. And that's his third podium in 4 races, which is brilliant. Hopefully he could actually get his win soon before the end of the season. Otherwise, I will be very upset. And Philippe Salac got his first Moto2 podium.
Oh, congrats! I love that.
So yeah, really good. It's his first podium in Moto2. Obviously he's confirmed for next year, I'm pretty sure. So hopefully he can continue that because he definitely has gotten like more strong at the end of the year. And he put in his Instagram caption that was for Jason Dupasquier, which was his good friend that passed away last year in Mugello. So I cried my eyes out at that.
That was an awful crash.
Yeah, that was really not nice. And then Tony Arbolino's gotten his second win in the championship. It's in Moto2, which is brilliant. Honestly, love seeing Tony do well. But yeah, race was red flag due to rain. Jake Dixon got P4, which is a really good result for him. Consistency is key, and that is the case with Jake Dixon, who actually announced that his wife is pregnant this weekend.
Oh, congratulations to that.
Which again,
I love
that also made me sob.
Oh my god, he's my local driver.
Yeah.
Hang on, because he's British, I like looking up where everyone's from.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
from Dover, which is like a 45-minute drive from me. That's my.
Yeah, he's a brilliant lad. Jake is a brilliant guy. If you ever get to go to Silverstone while Jake is racing, beware, he's like an excitable puppy. Like I've
I'll wear a
never
Dover
seen
athletic top. And I'll just go,
I have never seen someone so excited at a race. Like it was unbelievable. It's brilliant. He's a really lovely guy.
Yeah.
And Joe Roberts got P8 after he actually had a really bad crash on Friday. And I didn't see it, but actually I did. He got hit by an oncoming bike that someone crashed, but he didn't see while trying to get out of the way. And it was pretty hefty. And yeah, he's fine, obviously, but he finished P8, which was a pretty good result. And then the DNFs in that race were Cameron Bobier, Fumina Laguerre, Tom Chantra, Jeremy Okoba, and Lorenzo Della Porta.
Ooh,
And then
I like
to
that name.
MotoGP. Lorenzo Della Porta is a great name.
MotoGP. Moto
I have-
G3.
I have one thing to say.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Alex Marquez. Real. I'm very
Elaborate.
happy. I'm very happy. Do you see another Brit?
What? What did I just
What
say?
did you say?
No. I can't remember what I just said.
Alice is losing it.
What did I just say?
I don't know what you said.
I thought you said another Brit.
No.
Anywho.
I have no clue what I said.
Anywho. Yes, soaking wet race. It got delayed for a while, like Singapore.
Yay.
Luckily, yeah, they got started. Marco Bezzecchi was on pole, which is actually the 10th different rider on pole this season. What are you two giggling at?
What's happening?
She
What?
sent me a photo of. She sent me a photo of Joe Roberts,
Oh, he's fit, isn't he?
right? And
Yeah,
goes. She goes, look at that jawline, and I said, looks like Dream.
Like what?
Oh, are you guys? Do you guys not watch Minecraft YouTubers?
No.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
Dream.
Dream.
Dream, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you see he had his face?
They don't look-
Do you
yeah,
see?
yeah, but they don't look alike.
They
The
do.
jawline. The jawline.
Hair's
But
incredible
he
jawline.
has to do the whole interview like this. 'Cause that's the
Yeah.
whole face reveal. He had his face like this.
I met Joe in Silverstone, and he's wearing lovely like green trousers. And I think he was so I went, oh, I really like your trousers, by the way. And he was like, thank you. It's like,
Thank
you
you,
know,
I think.
you know, MotoGP is a very different like environment to F1.
Yeah.
So like even us being there was like, whoa. So when like we went up and we complimented Eugene's, he was like, God, I was not expecting that. But yeah, he was a lovely guy. Anyway, there's 10th different rider on pole this season, which is actually the record for MotoGP, which is quite
Whoa.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Aleix Espargaro got a penalty for pushing off Brad Binder.
Very sad.
Which
So
was, you know,
I'm guessing
depressing for
Brad
him.
binned it.
Fuck's sake.
No, leave.
Did you listen to what I just said? Because he didn't. He did not.
actually.
Aleix did it.
He
Aleix did it.
got been.
He got
You
binned.
binned.
He got binned.
Yeah.
Binned.
He got binned off the track.
He got bindered.
He got binned.
No, other Binder. Other Binder's that one.
Oh, okay, got it.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, so Aleix finished P11. And I forgot to say for Bez, he actually finished P16.
Oh, what happened to him?
Did he
Oh.
bin
But
do
what
it?
didn't?
He didn't bin it. He just it's wet race, and I think I don't know what happened, to be honest. So
Alright.
no points for him. Because if you don't know, this is another thing. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of. Points
not.
go down to 15th place in MotoGP.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's I like that. I really like it.
I
And then
do.
sometimes I'm watching like normal things, and I'm like, oh God, I forget that they don't do that in other things.
Well, it's like F1 only used
Um,
to go to like 6th to get points, didn't they? 5th or 6th to get points. Back in the day.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what's my next note? Alex Marquez in all caps is my next note.
What did he
Because
do?
he finished P8.
P8.
And he was fighting in like P6 the whole time. So and he finished P8, and I'm so happy. And he absolutely deserves it. And he's just like a wet weather god,
Wet weather
if you can
god.
tell. Yeah, if you can tell, I'm a very big Alex Marquez fan.
What is the god of rain?
Eh?
What is the god of rain? God of rain. Jupiter. Okay. Who is the Roman god of weather? Similar to in Greek mythology, the Roman god associated heavily with the weather is Jupiter. I should have fucking known that.
You should have.
Ah! I hate myself. I hate
So
myself.
Alex Marquez,
the
aka
Greek
Jupiter.
god of rain was Zeus.
Oh, I will use that.
Alex Mark Zeus.
Oh. Sure. Fabio.
Oh yeah. What do we even say about that? Do we even want to touch?
You're gonna want to hear this, actually.
I've seen
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
he finished P17.
Yep. Very painful.
Whoever is listening, if you can't tell, Alice is taking off and on her headphones.
I, Alex Marquez.
You wish.
You wish. Oh.
I don't want to
Can
be
you imagine
it,
being Alex
but-
Marquez though?
I don't believe in incest. What? His brother's Mark Marquez.
I understand.
Mm.
Understand.
Thank you. These
and-
podcasts always take
yeah.
a very strange turn of events.
It does, to be honest. But yeah, because he didn't score any points and Pecco was on the podium, Pecco's now 2 points behind him in the championships.
Sorry, but I'm very happy about that.
Fuck you.
I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck you.
Thank you.
But that's quite, like, I don't know, if you told me that like a couple of races ago, I would have been like, that's bull.
There's no way.
Like,
Yeah.
and I don't know, Fabio's just not had a good time over the last couple of races. Obviously, he got his crash in Aragon. And that's another thing to add. By the way, the MotoGP calendar for the 2023 season is out, and Aragon is gone.
Aragon.
Oh yeah,
Aragon
because
is gone.
they're rotating the Spanish circuits, aren't they?
Yes,
Next year?
hopefully, because in MotoGP there are a lot of Spanish circuits. Obviously, it's a mainly Spanish and Italian based championship. But that's quite good for Fabio, considering Fabio has never had any good luck at at Aragon. So
What have they
Aragon
replaced
is
it
one.
with?
It's not been replaced,
Oh,
just
no.
removed.
When
yeah.
do we go
Oh.
to Silverstone?
6th of August.
Right, everyone book it in your calendars. We're going to MotoGP.
I am doing it again, just to make
That
you
depends
aware.
on if I'm not on holiday.
I am going.
Don't glare at me.
I shall be going.
Hey guys, really sorry to interrupt your usual podcasting here. Just a pre-warning, a trigger warning, that the next 3 minutes and 24 seconds of this podcast will include topics of abuse, assault, and sexual assault. And if this is something you find rather triggering or would prefer not to listen to, then please feel free to skip ahead where we continue on our discussion of MotoGP.
Also, this is another thing. This isn't to do with the race or anything. But there were videos like surfacing of basically abuse in the paddock. And a rider, I'll try find it to send it to you guys, just for you guys to watch. And it was
Thanks.
Tom Booth Amos, and he was basically getting like kicked by his crew chief.
What the fuck?
And it's
Fuck?
it's really wrong. And
Wow.
it's quite shocking because this rider, this crew chief actually is still in the paddock, like he's still working. He's actually it's not nice. If you watch it, I sent it on the podcast ideas, by the way. And
Which is
it's
all
really
conference.
shocking images. And I mean, there's a wonderful article that came out today. I say wonderful, that's not the word to use. It's just incredible. It's the way that it's spoken about and thankfully bringing awareness. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Holy
Oh my
fuck!
god, he's beating him in the corner.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
he's literally beating him up.
And
This is so bad.
What
yeah,
the
and
fuck?
you know what made me like think like that's even worse is that no one's reacting, no one's doing anything, and that proves to me that that's like normal
Is it
behavior.
correct, this was back in 2019.
Yeah.
And this has
2019.
only been like
It's only come out now.
discussed now.
It's only come out now. No one
Oh
knew.
my god.
Fuck.
Oh,
So-
is that what the tweet that you sent? And he was like, I haven't been allowed to say it. I didn't even tell he didn't tell his manager or anyone
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, so Tom
Oh,
Booth
that makes more
Amos.
sense.
Tom
now.
Booth
Wow.
Amos was told he could never like talk about it or whatever. And yeah, an incredible article came out today from Maddie. Oh god, I can't remember how to pronounce her last name.
I know that I saw something. I think it's Alej. It's
Mad-
called it's called for
well, drivers' unions have been called for a while,
Yeah.
so I hope it's that. But Maddie Scordia wrote a incredible article today. Please, read it, because it's incredible. And she talks about kind of that kind of treatment, and also the treatment of women in the paddock, and the things they would go through if, say, they got sexually assaulted, and that kind of situation. And Dorna basically saying, not our problem.
Oh wow.
So it's really shocking that, and it's really important that everybody reads that article. Because she's really opening the doors, because she's a very influential woman in the paddock, and in MotoGP there isn't that many. If we're going to be fully honest. So her coming out and saying that and exploring that, I recommend reading. To get back to the race, do apologize for that moment. Jack Miller just having an incredible race. He's really gone back to form. He's actually getting married next week, I think, which is really nice, because if you don't know, Jack Miller's Australian. So obviously we're racing in Australia next, and they're going to be getting married like the week before, which is really lovely.
Nice.
Yeah, really cute. So he's in really good form, which maybe that's connected, maybe it's not.
Maybe.
Who knows? And Miguel Oliveira won. He won by. Are you right there, Alice?
No, I thought something was flashing in your background.
That's what I thought. There's nothing there though for it to be flashing.
That's weird.
Happy October!
Is it something coming through, like a light outside your window? Like coming through the side of the curtain?
No, everyone's in the house.
Oh.
Happy Halloween!
That's
Do you
the
have any
second.
freezing temperatures?
No, that's the second creepy thing that's happened in the space of 24 hours. Do you know what happened last night? Naomi won't, but I can't remember which one. I think Kate was there. We were sat playing Phasmophobia, and I was doing something, and my hand was on my mouse, right? And then all of a sudden, this cold breeze just went straight over my hand. Just randomly, one random gust of cold wind just went over my hand. And now there's random flashing lights in the background.
I don't know if you want to hear it, but
get your spirit box out.
Maybe I should stop using that Ouija board in that game, because it seems to be making some weird things. Because I was actually using the Ouija board as well when it occurred, and it really booped me out.
Ooh.
Oh shit. I mean,
Alice is haunted. Brilliant.
Might be.
Yeah. So Miguel won. Is second race win this season?
Ooh.
Maybe?
I think.
I'm gonna say yes.
You guys just go with Just go with two.
Yeah, I'll go with it. Which is brilliant for him. Mark finished P5, really good.
Yeah.
He mentioned after the race how he was kind of saved physically in that race due to the rain. Because in the rain you don't have to ride as hard, which is really good. I mentioned Alicia P11. Franco.
Stop.
What are you talking about now?
Stop.
What is it this
There's
time?
no reason you don't have to ride as hard.
Oh, okay, alright. Fucking hell.
What am I doing?
Sorry, you're not the oldest, you're literally a child. There's no way. Yeah, explain it to the group, Alice.
Naomi said you didn't have to ride as hard.
Well done.
This is a note to future Alice who's editing in this. There you go. This is why it takes so long.
Yeah, this is why it takes so long. This is the pinpoint. Here you go.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Bobby.
Franco Morbidelli was top Honda, which was really cool. What are you giggling at?
I said sorry, Bobby.
Fuck's sake. Crying out loud.
Oh.
Go, Frankie, my second boy.
Yeah, Frankie top Honda, which is brilliant for him. Still not like fast, but you know, better than nothing. Yeah, Yamaha have big issues. Big issues. And then Bez P16 and Ralph Fernandez actually got points, which is really good for him. I think that'll be a really big like confidence boost for him because he really needs it, I think. And the one and only DNF in that race was Remy Gardner. So rip Remy. He's okay. Yeah, he was fine. But yeah.
Maybe he needs to go water his plants.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Get out. Honestly. No, not you, Naomi.
No, I'm just leaving after that.
Sorry. Carry on, mummy.
And yeah. You made my life difficult.
That came from the bottom of her heart. I could just feel the emotion.
I just wanted to give like a special mention to Chrissy Roos, who's in BSB. He had a really, really bad crash this weekend. And
I
think
think I saw about that.
Yeah, I think it happened on the first lap maybe of the technical first race. But he sustained really serious head injuries. And he was airlifted to hospital. And he's had emergency neurological surgery overnight. He's in the ICU of Nottingham Hospital like today, and he obviously will be for a while. He's been placed into a medically induced coma. So all wishes go to Chrissy because it's
definitely
the dreadful part of how it's
really hope he's
okay. I really hope he's okay.
But yeah, so sorry to get serious there, but
no,
thought we'd wish well.
Definitely, 100%.
Here, so then.
The news so far this week.
Weekly news roundup. Weekly news roundup.
There's actually not much because I covered a lot last. Oh no.
I should make an animation of like
there are.
Naomi's face as like a news roundup thing.
Yeah, you should. So the news from this week. Oh, actually, no, it's not this week. Did I get up to? I got up to Jake. Yeah, so Jake Dixon will be staying with Aspar in Moto 2 for next year, which is really great. I'm very happy for him. Yes, big club. He definitely deserves it. Hopefully he can actually be part of the championship fight next season.
I popped my ears doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Tapping?
Yeah, did you not see me?
No?
I went. I managed to. Oh, I did it again.
Oh my god.
I can't
That's
hear
why
it.
Alice cannot be trusted. MotoGP's new calendar was announced. They are going to Kazakhstan.
Oh.
And they're actually going back to, well, they're not going back because it's not, they haven't been there, but they're going to India. They're racing in the Buddha International Circuit.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they're going to have to change the pit lane there now, which is a bit sad because if you don't know, it hasn't changed since F1 last went there. And it's still got all the names of the grid that are actually on there.
Oh,
and,
no.
And Seb's tyre marks on the paint straight. So I really hope they don't go because it's really funny.
No. Can they not do that?
So I'm a bit sad, I'm not gonna lie.
You've ruined my day.
Obviously, Taka Nakagami did not race this weekend in MotoGP. He had to have another surgery on his fingers, just to kind of make sure that he didn't lose them.
Yeah.
Because he did more damage racing in Japan.
He shouldn't have listened to me.
And Nagashima raced instead. Hankook are officially Formula E's tyres for next season. We kind of already knew that, but that's just like confirmed.
I will miss Bib.
Bye, Bib.
So much.
Bit.
You gave us some
Okay.
good memories.
Look at memories. Look at memories.
Benjamin Pedersen has been announced to race with AJ Foyt in IndyCar for next year and beyond, which is brill. Obviously, as I'm sure you are very aware, Alex Albon raced in Singapore
Yay!
for like most of the race.
I genuinely think he should have taken
Yeah.
another race out.
Yeah,
You could tell
Maybe he
in the
should've,
car that he was not 100%.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
I think he's a very stubborn man though.
Yeah.
In the best way, but
Mm-hmm.
And I understand, especially he
Um,
wanted to use his lid. I don't know if anyone knows the story behind Alex
Yeah.
Albon's lid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it on Instagram.
About it's up for auction at the moment, which
Yeah.
you can go buy it. All the money goes to an orphanage and helps with their sports schooling. But he let the kids in the orphanage design the helmet, and
That's so
obviously it
beautiful.
was designed to be used in Singapore. And obviously I don't think he was expected to get appendicitis. And I think he just wanted to be able to use it for the kids. So understand why
Yeah.
he wanted to do it, but I think he should have taken another
Another
out.
race out. Mm-hmm. I agree.
yeah. And Honda Team Asia have confirmed their team for next year, which is going to be Iogora and Sumkya Chantra. So even if I does win the championship, he will be staying in Moto2. Don't get me started.
Okay, I will not.
Good. F1 announced that they will be having 6 sprints races in
for
23.
This is something
That
I
is-
wanted to mention.
Pisses me
They're-
off.
So they were talking during FP2. I want to say it was Jensen. I'm pretty sure it was Jensen because he takes any opportunity now to basically say how shit stuff like decisions are.
Mhm.
Which
Liking.
never was one for having a filter, but so why start now? But he was saying that there's talk that they're going to make it into that they're
Their
thinking
own
of making it into
championship.
a separate championship. So you get the world championship for the normal races and then a world championship for the sprint races, which to me I understand it because then the world championship isn't being won on these sprint races, but at the same time it just seems like it seems like a mockery of a world championship.
It's
Yeah.
literally another chance to get more money into the sport.
Like, I understand where it is, but then you're going to have it. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of it
I agree.
and being classed as a world championship.
Yeah.
I was quite
I'd
excited.
rather have-
I was gonna say I was quite excited when they first announced the sprint races, thinking it would give us like that little bit more drama, like how in F2 and how sprint races play out in F2 and F3, with the reverse grid. But Formula One went, actually, no, we're not gonna do a little reverse grid for some spice. We're gonna make it even more boring. And if a driver has a bad qualifying, as long as they can make it up in 20 laps, they'll be fine. Like, if it was going to add drama, I would have been here for it. But one thing I have seen an uproar about is the fact that
the teams.
no, not even that.
Oh god, that's what I'm gonna get onto, so don't worry.
That they have announced there are going to be 6 sprint races, but have already started putting on sale for tickets to Grand Prix. And no Grand Prix have been specified whether having a sprint race, and a lot of fans have said they do not want to attend a race weekend with a sprint race. And it's not fair that they then miss out on tickets for it to not be a sprint race, or spend a shit ton of money to then go to a sprint race which they don't want to go to. Because a lot of people work Monday to Friday. They can't get the Friday off, so they only attend Saturday and Sunday, which is like, that's fine, because I'm not too bothered about watching the 2 free practices on the Friday. I just want to see qualifying on the Saturday and race on the Sunday. And it just means that then they don't get to watch qualifying, which is what they want to watch. And they've spent all this money for nothing. So I think if they're going to announce sprint races, they have to do it before tickets go on sale for anything. It's not fair on the fans at all.
Yeah, and then with the teams, I've heard a lot from many engineers, mechanics, and they are like, yeah, so we had enough stress already, and now we have this. Like, some people were literally saying, you're doing 24 races, which is the limit. And some of the things I was reading of people being like, I hardly see my family, and now I'm not gonna see them like even more.
They're
And
essentially
it's,
now
like,
going to
it's
be doing
dreadful.
30 races.
Yeah,
Essentially.
like that's not
It's
okay
way too
physically for the teams, and people forget that there are people behind the drivers and
Yeah,
the
a
team
lot.
principals. Yeah, so many people,
So many people.
and it's unbelievable, and they need to create a union because
Yeah, I just rather have F1 or the FIA or the FOM, whatever it is, focus on the current championship that we have and focus on improving that instead of just dragging in a whole other thing that is, in my opinion, not necessary. And I think it's just there
Yeah.
to get more money and get more whatever they want to achieve with that. But I'd rather have them focus on the championship that we have and the sport that we have right now than just go on and add whatever it is.
I think
Yeah, and
I would prefer this new sprint race thing of like the six sprint races mini championship thing. If qualified, say on the Friday, they did a full reverse grid,
Yeah.
and then it allowed the back markers to be able to fight for, you know, their
And I think-
their like mini championship kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that would be fun.
I think also it's weird because like a lot of like fans, I don't think I've heard any positive feedback
That's the
from the
thing.
sprint
The
races.
FIA put
and
out a
that's
statement.
why it's bugging me because no
It's
one
so
wants
weird.
I
And
The
attended.
then-
FIA put out a
still
statement
going-
saying that because of the positive feedback they got from the fans, that's why they put more sprint racing. And I'm like, what fans did you ask? Because
Yeah,
I haven't seen any positive feedback from any
no,
fans.
absolutely.
I attended the first ever Formula One sprint race live, and when I tell you, it was fucking boring and shit. I mean it.
No.
I was sat there,
and it's
I was
hard
like,
to make Silverstone
fuck.
boring.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
literally. I was like, okay, well, that's just happened, and nothing else is happening. I've, you know, just sat here and watched this for 20. However, it did mean, though, that I did get to watch qualifying from the Hamilton Straight because I was at the Hamilton Straight on the Friday. So I did get to see Lewis Hamilton take pole position on the Hamilton Straight and celebrate.
grill.
You know,
That's a good
positive.
thing.
But then I did have to watch the shit show that was the sprint race and was just boring. And I was sat there and I was like, I wish I had more alcohol right now to get drunk. So it was a little bit more entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yes, IndyCar also announced their calendar, which is amazing. I have no specifications of certain things in that, but it was announced. And Aki Ayo Moto 3 KTM squad was announced, which consists of Dennis Ontiu and Jose Antonio Riunda. I don't know.
All right, Alice,
This is-
calm down.
I know. Who is the junior GP champion? So super happy for him. And the news from this week is Dialect have announced their
Oh yeah.
work lineup. I'm very happy about this. If you can't
Pick up
tell,
Alex Lynn.
Richard.
Oh,
which
this is the one with
consists
Alex Lynn.
of Richard Westbrook, Alex Lynn, and Bill Bamber.
Alex
if you
Lynn, don't
know,
take no
Alex-
L's. Alex win.
Yes, Alex. If you don't know, Alex Lynn is literally like my favorite driver ever.
Yeah.
So yeah. And again, well, this is IMSA. Wayne Taylor Racing announced their final driver, which is Louis Delatraz, who will be racing in.
Why do you pronounce the Z?
Do you not?
No. Now I'm questioning which one of us says it wrong.
Louis Delatra.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
fast.
So
Delatraz.
it's Naomi that says it wrong then. Louis Delatraz.
Katie.
I'm not gonna bring me in.
I would say Louis
I'm
Delatraz.
saying now.
Louis Delatraz.
I say Delatraz.
Right, I'm gonna have to fucking YouTube this at some point.
Okay.
I
Anyway,
Figure it out. Next week we'll come
I
back with this.
swear.
Do it.
I'm swear. No, I'm
we'll figure it out for next
He is
week.
no, I am
Swish, isn't he?
pausing. He is Swiss. He's French Swiss.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't
Are
know
you
enough
pausing?
about their like
I am
dialect.
pausing to Google this.
Swiss and I drive for Charles
Right,
racing
hang on.
system. Louis Delatraz, Swiss.
Fuck
and
you
I
all!
drive for Charles
Fuck
racing
you all!
Damn.
I
Oh,
told
that
you!
is Delatraz.
I told you! I told you!
Alice pronounced a name
I-
correctly. ladies and
I
gentlemen.
know my feeder boys.
Well done, then.
Okay, I know my feeder
Yeah,
boards.
I'll give you that.
Thank you.
I did not know
Alright.
that.
Thank you. Thank
GG.
you.
I've been
You got
watching
that one.
F2 since 2020, and I still didn't know that.
I was
Um,
watching F2 in 2016 question mark.
That was GP2.
Yeah. I was watching it when it's GP2.
But yeah, so he'll be in for 3 of the long distance IMSA races next year. And WRT have tested actually today with BMW. So they will be going with BMW for next year. There's a lot of question marks on like hypercars.
Porsche, Porsche,
whether-
Porsche, Porsche, Porsche. Sorry.
Sorry, but I'm not watching any WEC race with you if you're gonna keep this up. There's no fucking
Am I
way.
gonna have to literally physically sit in the middle of you two? Like
But
a mom
we
with
just-
two kids fired.
but Antonio.
Sorry,
but
but can we
Antonio.
just have one race, like,
But
series
Antonio.
where we agree
Antonio
on the
who?
team?
Antonio who?
Felix da Costa.
Where is
It's
he?
not racing.
Porsche
fucking
in
teammate.
hypercar.
Porsche, 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 Porsche.
Okay, to be fair,
I'm
I'd
not
have
doing
to.
this.
I
Oh, for
love
fuck's sake.
I
Katie.
love Antonio Felix da Costa.
Right,
I needed a reason to buy
I will
Porsche merch.
back you and your Ferrari team 100%. But when it comes to Antonio Felix da Costa, I have to back
We
the
have-
man.
We have to. Hang on, where is he? He's
What
up.
the fuck?
He's up on my wall as well.
Oh, I can't find the book. Hang on.
We have
Hang
a
Hang
bestie
on.
to live up to.
He told me my Portuguese was great. My pronunciation in Portuguese was great. I can say one statement, but not the point. I'll put it up.
I'm not-
I'll put
I'm
it
not
up on
getting-
big on the screen for you, Katie.
I'm not getting my photo. I have my Ferrari boys. James Collado, Alexander Perquidi. They're gonna absolutely smash the fucking championship.
Who-
Just like they're doing, just like they did last year, and just like they're doing this year, cause fuck Porsche.
Okay, if you say so.
Anyway, I'm done here. So that's my news.
I'm done as well. No.
Hang on, guys. I think we need to do one last thing before we finish off the podcast.
Yes. I'm not gonna sing if that's what you're expecting.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jelly. Happy birthday to you. I was trying
Thank you,
to sing
guys.
back under you guys so that the
you.
audio synced up, and then every time I tried to sing back, you guys got slower, and I was like, oh
Yeah,
no.
I was trying to say with you.
Oh, it was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Chelly.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I love that I've just
Celebrate
adopted.
the mouth of my chill well. Oh my god.
That, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 5 of the Parc'd podcast by Parc Femme. It's been lovely having you guys. Don't forget, check out the Spotify, Google, Apple and YouTube channels on Friday for a little extra surprise. We've got little surprises for you coming throughout October, and going into November we may have a couple little things in the works for a little Friday treat, but that will be exclusive to the YouTube channel. So if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, head over now. It's Parc Femme, if you didn't guess. Yeah, so thank you guys for joining us in our little chit chat. Very unhinged as per usual, and we will see you guys Friday. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, 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 ciao.
Ciao, 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 ciao.
Ciao, 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 ciao.